Only because you ain't here. I'm starting off by going around her cuticle area with my cuticle bit and just removing all that dead skin from her nail plate. I'm doing this at a pretty medium to low speed, and basically this is just going to make the nails last 1,001 times longer. So then after I get done doing that, I'm going in with my sanding band, doing the same thing as well as cleaning up that area of which we buffed up the dead skin, but also I'm going to be buffing off her nails so that the nail tips can stick. Now I'm going in with my cuticle nippers, and I'm just going to be removing all of the only dead skin that has been lifted up since we buffed out her nail and the nail plate. Okay, and these are, I think, a size 12 nippers, I'm pretty sure. But either way, bigger, smaller, it's still going to do the same job. Just want to make sure you're cleaning up that area, that way it's not in the way of your acrylic. And today she is getting some duck nails, so I'm going to be using my duck nail tips with my KDS nail glue, sidewall to sidewall, and she's getting them pretty short, so I'm just using one magnet all the way around all her nails. Then I'm going to be buffing out the nail so that it kind of blends naturally with the natural nail and the fake nail. I'm using the dehydrator that I made, and then I'm following it with Mia's Secret Primer, and then following that I'm using the Young Nails Protein Bond. To achieve the color that I'm going to be doing, I'm mixing in polish with my monomer, which was the number 8 in Valentino. I'm using the one bead method. As you see here, I'm just patting that bead up into the cuticle area and then bringing it down, making sure that I am connecting on all sides of the nail just to make sure we're not losing any shape here. And then I'm just going to be removing the excess with my finger. And I'm just going to be repeating that process, but I've only did that on the pinky, pointer, and thumbnail. And then once again, I'm using the one bead method. So I'm just going to be tapping that into the cuticle area, bringing it downward. And then once I get it to the correct shape, then I'm going to be removing the excess acrylic away. And because the thumb is technically bigger than the other nails, this is a size 8 brush, so I wasn't able to do the one bead method on the thumb, which is okay. I'm just going to go in with a smaller bead after I get this bead situated and just blend that downward with the other bead to make sure that it is just as smooth as the one bead application. And we're really doing the one bead application because these nails are short, her nail beds aren't that big, and so we can really just use one bead to get the correct apex without making these nails too thick. So once again, I'm going in. This time I'm going to be using the Young Nails Fast Curing Clear acrylic, and I'm just going to be doing the one bead method with this, just like the other ones, checking my sides, and then whenever it's time to remove that excess acrylic, I remove that excess acrylic. Again, I'm going to be doing that on the middle finger as well. So we have the middle finger and the ring finger clear, and then the pinky, pointer finger, and thumb with the pink color. Now I'm going in with my 5-in-1 nail bit, and I'm going to be going underneath the nail, and then I'm going side to side to make this nail really smooth. I'm also using this 5-in-1 nail bit to check my shape to make sure that we're keeping that duck nail shape, making it nice and crisp. That way that I don't have to really go back in and hand file too much. This bit is really going to do all the work that we need it to do. But we will still be going in with the hand file just to really crispen up everything, but for the most part, we're using this bit. So again, I'm going underneath the nail, and then I'm going to be going side to side to make sure that the nail is smooth. I'm going to be going around that cuticle area to seal the acrylic, and then after I do that, I'm checking my sides to check that shape. I'm just going to be repeating that process throughout each and every finger. Like I mentioned before, we did all the work with the 5-in-1 bit, but we are going to go back in with a 8080 grit file just to really sharpen up everything and make everything look nice and crispy. So I am going to be checking the sides, going underneath the nail to make sure there's no acrylic stuck, and then just fixing my shape. Now I'm going in with white polish first before I put down my color, because the white polish is going to help this neon yellow really pop out more, just because we're putting it on top of this pretty dark pink and it won't really show as well if we don't put the white down first. So the white is just going to be used to basically like highlight the nail a little bit better. Then I'm putting this glittery polish down on the clear nails. That way when we junk it out, if there's any spaces, you won't really see it because we'll have that reflective gel going on there. So like I said before, for the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb, we put down that white first. That way that this yellow could really pop out more. This is just a nice little trick to help your nails be still very vibrant on a darker base. So I'm just going over top of the white and then just filling that in, and I'm going to be curing that as well. For the two glitter nails, I'm going to be putting top coat on before I put the diamonds and everything on there, just that way we don't have to top coat around all of our charms and stuff. So now going on to my yellow nails, I'm adding black polka dots. Don't matter the size, don't matter the placement. It's pretty just sporadic and just make it look cute, okay? And again, just like before, we're going to put white down first for our design. That way it pops out more. So I'm just going to be putting these white stars in place where I'm going to put the two different kinds of pink over top of. For this first star, I'm going in with the light pink. And I can't remember what number. I want to say it's number 6 by Valentino, but don't quote me. It's a pretty baby pink, and then I'm going in with a darker pink, which I'm pretty sure this is number 9 by Valentino, over top of that white once again to make it pop out more, because without the white you probably wouldn't be able to see this as well. Now I'm going to be putting blooming gel, don't cure it, over top of these 3 nails here, okay? And then I've mixed blooming gel with the color that I want, and I dabbed it on. We still haven't cured it. Now I'm going in with that color without blooming gel, still haven't cured it, and then once it gets to the point where it's bloomed out enough, I then cure it. So now I'm going on to my junk nail, and I'm just basically just putting the charms down sporadically, making it look nice. We're using the same color scheme that we used on the other 3 fingers. And I'm just going to repeat in that on the 2 fingers. We're making 2 separate junk nails. Makes it a little bit cuter that way. And then once I do that, I'm top coating with the Koopa top coat on my other fingernails. And this is the final look. They came out so cute. Be sure to stay tuned for part 2 of me showing you how I did her toes the exact same way.